June 22nd, 2016, a Jaguar is shot and killed during the Olympic torch passing ceremony. A Jaguar that was part of an Olympic torch relay event on Monday was shot and killed after the cat escaped its handlers. The Jaguar, a 17-year-old female named Juma, was kept at a zoo that is part of a military base in Manaus, the largest city in the Brazilian Amazon. I am about to show you how this Jaguar is a symbolic representation of Barack Obama. The name Juma means born on Friday. The name Manaus from Manau is said to mean mother of the gods. Therefore, Juma from Manaus means one who was born on Friday by the mother of the gods. Obama was born August 4th, 1961. The day of the week was Friday. Also, August 4th, 1961 was the 216th day of the year in 1961, connecting him with the number 666 because 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. Obama and his mother have been depicted as the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus, or Isis, in horrors and pictures as well. The Jaguar, a mascot for an infantry battalion, had appeared earlier that day at an event for the Olympic Games this summer in Rio de Janeiro, and she was photographed in chains alongside soldiers and a torch runner holding a flame. The animal escaped an enclosure and was at risk of fleeing. Juma had been tranquilized but was shot after she moved towards a soldier. It is important to note that the animal was chained or restrained. This is symbolic of the restrainer being removed before the appearance of Antichrist, found in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1 through 10, which declares, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Be still and know that I am God.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved."
I want to thank
Christian God is the one and only true living God, the creator of heaven and the universe. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. You are Antichrist.
You may be wondering, how is the Jaguar connected to Antichrist? Proof of this connection can be found in the description of the beast from the sea in Revelation 13:2, which declares, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." It should be noted that the leopard and jaguar are both of the Panthera species, and because of their similar physical appearances, most people can't tell the difference between the two. Therefore, we can surmise that both animals are symbolic representations of the same thing. Notice, the jaguar was killed after the passing of the torch ceremony. The carrying of the torch automatically connects this event with Lucifer, the bright one, or light bearer. The statue of Prometheus at Rockefeller Center in New York testifies that this is true. Passing the torch means to relinquish one's responsibilities, a tradition, practice, or knowledge to another. This is a reference to the up-and-coming presidential election in which Obama is supposed to relinquish his responsibilities to the next American president.
For more than a year now, across thousands of miles in all 50 states, tens of millions of Americans have made their voices heard. Today, I just want to add mine. I want to congratulate Hillary Clinton on making history as the presumptive Democratic nominee for President of the United States. Look, I know how hard this job can be. That's why I know Hillary will be so good at it. In fact, I don't think there's ever been someone so qualified to hold this office.
Obama can be connected to the jaguar in several other ways as well. Thursday, March 24th, 2016, in the first visit for a U.S. president in nearly 20 years to Argentina, President Barack Obama, his wife, and daughter visited Nahuel Huapi in Patagonia. This translates to the island of the jaguar. Supposedly, the locals believe that there is an ancient creature like a sea dragon that lives in the lake, once again connecting Obama to the beast from the sea. Remember, in his book, Dreams of My Father, Obama described a dream in which he conflated himself with a leopard. I finally fell asleep and dreamed, and I was walking along a village road. Children dressed only in strings of beads played in front of the round straw huts, and several old men waved to me as I passed. But as I went further along, I began to notice that people were looking behind me, fearfully, rushing into their huts as I passed. I heard the growl of a leopard and started to run into the forest, tripping over roots and stumps and vines, until alas, I couldn't run any longer and fell to my knees in the middle of a bright clearing. The leopard is symbolic of Obama being the Antichrist, which fits in perfect harmony and symmetry with the description of the beast from the sea found in Revelation 13:2. Obama continues his dream by telling us that he met with a giant in the forest who told him it was time. He then ends the dream by telling us he received a head wound. I jerked up in a sweat, hitting my head against the wall lamp that stuck out above the bunk. In the darkness, my heart slowly evened itself, but I could not get back to sleep again. The head wound Obama received when he awoke from his dream is also in perfect harmony with the head wound the beast from the sea receives in Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. It should also be noted that the Denver mural has a depiction of a dead leopard lying on an altar, being observed by children of all different nationalities, with 3 people lying in graves and a bird labeled Quetzal above. Quetzals are brightly colored birds that occur naturally in the tropical regions of the Americas. The Pavonine Quetzal, in particular, is found in the Amazon basin of the North region of Brazil. The Denver Airport Murals were painted by artist Leo Tanguma. He began work on the murals in 1993, and they were completed for the airport opening in 1995. This particular mural with the Jaguar predicted the death of the Jaguar in Brazil 21 years later in 2016, and thereby proves that this was an orchestrated event. This also proves that the Denver mural itself is more than just a piece of art. Instead, it is a roadmap displaying future events that are planned by the global elite. We know that President Obama is connected with Denver because of the Temple of Zeus that was erected at Mile High Stadium during his DNC acceptance speech in 2008. Zeus was an Olympian whose home was Mount Olympus. We have seen the District of Columbia be equated with Olympus in the movie Olympus Has Fallen. Once again, this connects to the destruction of America, the District of Columbia, and the attempted assassination of its leader, the Antichrist. President Obama also had the Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos at the White House after their victory in Super Bowl 50, where he was given the number 44 jersey. This connected him with the Denver Broncos and the rider of the white horse, which is the Antichrist, found in Revelation 6:2. There is no coincidence that the Broncos killed the Panthers in Super Bowl 50. It is important to realize that Black Panthers in Asia and Africa are leopards, and Black Panthers in the Americas are jaguars. Again, this points to the passing of the torch, or death and rebirth, of the phoenix from its ashes, which is symbolic of the Antichrist becoming fully possessed by Satan after he rises from a deadly head wound. Obama has even joked about his legacy of being the biblical Antichrist who brings about the end of days.
Just this week, Michelle Obama actually predicted that I would bring about the biblical end of days. Now that's a legacy. That's big.
Previously, we have discussed how Obama has been connected with President John F. Kennedy. Following his death, JFK's body was placed for 24 hours in the East Room of the White House. Therefore, if Obama was assassinated, we could expect for his body to be displayed in the same manner. This confirms that Obama is being symbolically represented as the dead jaguar we see pictured in the ominous mural at Denver Airport. This also connects him with Antichrist and the deadly head wound that is healed in Revelation 13:3. The startling accuracy of the prediction by the Denver mural of the jaguar's death occurring in Brazil should be cause for concern, since we can clearly see a depiction of chemical warfare and the death of children from several nations as well as a depiction of Antichrist beating the world's swords into plowshares in the mural also. Isaiah 2:4 declares, "And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." This artist's depiction is a subjugation of Isaiah 2:4 by the Antichrist, attempting to pawn himself off as the true Messiah. It should also be noted that Quetzalcoatl is the winged or feathered serpent god of the Aztecs. Animals thought to represent Quetzalcoatl include resplendent quetzals and rattlesnakes. The winged serpent was also connected to Venus and warfare, which connects back to Lucifer, who is described in Isaiah 14:12 as the son of the morning star, which is a reference to Venus. To the Aztecs, Quetzalcoatl was a feathered serpent or flying reptile, much like a dragon. Again, this connects back to Revelation 13:2-3, and the dragon, which gives the beast his power, throne, and great authority. Remember, Obama mentioned the Game of Thrones and the Red Wedding during the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He even asked security to bar the doors to trap the people inside.
They're in the house, which reminds me, security, bar the doors. Judge Merrick Garland, come on out. We're going to do this right here, right now. It's like the Red Wedding.
This is connected to gay marriage.
It is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
And the Orlando Massacre, which occurred at a gay nightclub in which patrons were kept from escaping by someone barring the door.
We had first pushed our way through the door, and it was a small alleyway in regards of a lot of people trying to get out, and it was really a lot of traffic. So me and this tall gentleman, we just had the idea to close the door shut.
The gunshots started, a lot of people were trampled, and there was a guy there that was trying to prevent the door, like hold the door closed so that we didn't exit. And
June 24th, 2016, BREXIT, or Britain's exit from the European Union, occurs. Britain is symbolized by the Jaguar. Remember the Jaguar commercial about British bad guys? Notice the London Eye. It should also be noted that Orlando has the Orlando Eye as well. Therefore, this is also connected to the Orlando shooting of Christina Grimmie, who was with the group before you exit when she was killed. This has also been telegraphed in the movie London Has Fallen.
Just imagine every major city descending into chaos.
In this movie, world leaders are scheduled to meet in London. During the gathering, 5 of the world leaders are killed by a terrorist organization. The ultimate goal is to kill the American president.
What do you want?
Your president.
That's not going to happen.
Your president dies tonight.
In conclusion, it has been made obvious that there is a concerted effort to plunge the entire world into chaos and flames. This plan includes not only the destruction of political power and influence, but also the death of the politicians as well. However, one leader, the Jaguar or leopard, will remain after he receives a deadly head wound and lives. He will be revived by the spirit of the feathered serpent or dragon, who will also give him supernatural power, his throne, and great authority. This man will undoubtedly be the Antichrist. The warnings of clear and present danger are being placed before the public. Do you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to understand? Seek the salvation offered by the Most High through Yahushua HaMashiach while you still can. Amen. Shalom.